Hi guys, just on a quick presentation for you based around ergonomics and helping people now that are working from home. And some people might be experiencing some difficulties with neck pain, back pain, etc. And I'm hoping some of this will help you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to run through a quick presentation with you. So this is something I've done up some time ago, but I've made some changes to it. So the first thing I just want to run through is, sorry, I'm just putting on the slideshow here for you. So ergonomics and self-care. So what does it all mean? Okay, so the objectives of it obviously are to understand what ergonomics is, health, safety, authority, ergonomics program goals, occupational risk factors, how to sit properly, setting up a workstation, arranging the workspace, ergonomic chairs, pictures of common problems, and helping yourself. So again, I know a lot of people are working from home now, so it's far from perfect in terms of ergonomics. So you may have to work around that, but it's just probably knowing some key things that will mitigate and help you with getting any problems. So ergonomics comes from the Greek ergon, which means work basically, and nomai, which means natural or laws. So ergonomics literally means the laws of work, the natural laws of work. The advantages of having good ergonomics makes the job safer by preventing injury and illness, makes the job easier by adjusting the job to the worker, makes the job more pleasant by reducing physical and mental stress for the worker, and saves money, obviously, for the company, because then you're not taking time off work with a neck pain, back pain, and you're a happier person, basically. So a bit of anatomy, overuse in small repetitive movements, common traumatic disturbances, repetitive strain injuries, muscular disorders, disturb the balance of muscles, tendons, ligaments, and nerves. Brachial plexus, which is a big bundle of nerves that we find in the neck area. This causes a lot of problems for people when it gets impinged. There's a thing called thoracic outlet syndrome, which basically means it kind of gets the muscles tighten around it, and it can refer pain and sort of nervy pain down the arms right into the fingers. So you can imagine somebody who's tapping away at a computer, doesn't get up enough, doesn't move around a lot. This can happen. So this would be something I definitely would be looking at, stopping from happening, mitigating. And just the anatomy, the nerves that come down from there are the median, ulnar, and radial nerves. Nerves send signals to muscles to contract. That's their job. When the nerve is compressed, feel sensation somewhere behind the point of compression and fingertips. So this is like a normal posture here, neutral posture. Of course, again, if you've got a good chair going on, this is going to support your lumbar spine. Once you get the correct height, supporting the upper back, and then you can see the dimensions there. The knees are slightly lower than the hips. The feet are on the ground. You might need a foot stool or a pedal if you're somebody who's smaller and needs some help there. I'll go through the dimensions now in a minute. The risk factors. The main risk factors for office-related common trauma disorders are repetition, so same continuous movements, awkward positions or posture, excessive pressure or force. Another risk factor would be vibration, which for most people anyway, office environment is not going to be something to worry about. It may be more in a kind of factory setting. So with the monitor, it should be 18 to 24 inches from your face. You basically reach out and see if you can touch the screen. You should be just about able to touch it. That should be the position of the screen. It should be at eye level or slightly below. Sit directly in front of the monitor. So don't have it to the right or to the left. If you have two monitors, then you need one slightly to the right and then one slightly to the left. And then your nose is looking in the middle and they're slightly tilted in towards you, and 0 to 30 degrees, okay? Keyboard directly in front of the monitor, padded wrist rest if needed, to keep a neutral wrist on a sliding tray if unable to sit in neutral. The mouse, same level as a keyboard with a padded wrist rest. The chair directly in front of the keyboard and in line with the monitor. Body posture, neutral positions, be cautious of awkward postures. Accessories, computer and telephone. No document holder, a good idea if needed. Clutter on the desk, move it all out of the way, make sure there's plenty of room there. Cables and stuff that you can't get your feet wrapped up in. especially more conscious of this now, working from home. So there has to be some common sense and some ownership of people working at home to look after that kind of thing. So here's a good example of, you know, position of everything that should be set out to your desk. Again, try and do the best you can. But there's three main zones. You have your primary work zone, the distance from elbow to hand, things you touch on a daily basis. The secondary work zone, within arm's reach. Use this zone to position those items that you use frequently, but don't need them all the time, so they're further out. And reference zone, outside arm's reach. Use this zone for your least often used items. So in a nutshell, things that you really need: pen, your monitors in front of you, your phone, all things that you're going to be using on a daily basis and frequently, and maybe a headpiece then as well if you're on the phone a lot. So how can ergonomics help? Well, you get fewer injuries if you correspond with what's within this, the details are within here. Improves health and safety, reduces absenteeism because of neck pain, back pain, and cumulative trauma disorders. Lower worker turnover, fatigue reduces, better quality of life, increasing work quality, morale improves, increased productivity and efficiency, lowered workers' compensation rates, less likelihood of health safety authority fines. Help yourself. So how do you do that? You take a break every 20 to 40 minutes, get up, walk around, get a glass of water, exercise, body stretch, raise forearms, shoulder blade, squeeze, shrugs, eye palming, arm and shoulder shake, arm extensions, and side bends. I'll go through some of these now in a minute. So this is one, this is a really brilliant stretch that I've kind of been doing with a lot of people who have neck pain and back pain. And it's really just great for anybody sitting at a desk all day long. So this is a seated relaxed stretch. So counterintuitively, what you think is that, you know, you shouldn't slump. It's bad to slump. Military posture is really what we want. But I'll give you the analogy, you know, if you tighten your fist the whole day long and squeeze it really, really tight, how's it going to feel? It's going to feel really tight. All the muscles are going to be very, very tight, and it's not going to be good. So just think of your back the same way. You know, if you're in a rigid posture where you're holding up very upright and you're looking at the screen, your back is going to be very, very tight. So what we need to do is actually relax the back. And this is a really good example. So what you're doing here is dropping the head down, relaxing the very long muscles that attach from the base of your skull right down deep into your lower back. And we're going to get a nice stretch from here all the way down into lower back. Now, whilst doing this, you're going to get a lot of breathing going on. So nasal breathing, which is actually breathing in through the nose and then breathing out through the mouth. You're breathing in through the nose because when you breathe in through your nose, you don't kick off the neck muscles. If I breathe in through my mouth, it's going to kick off my neck muscles, and that's just going to tighten up my neck even further. So if I breathe in through my nose, it's going to go straight down to my lungs, bypass the neck muscles. And then when you're breathing out, you want to breathe out 3 times longer. So as that's occurring, then what's going to happen is the rib cage is going to elevate, but then it's going to depress. And each time you breathe, it's going to go further down, and that's going to stretch all these back muscles. So that's why it's really, really good. Secondary to that, you're calming down your nervous system as well by doing the breathing, which is obviously what you want to do, especially if you're very, very stressed. So this could be used for lots of stuff. Some further with breathing. So here I am stretching even further. And as I go further down, I'm going to get much deeper stretch into my lower back. You want to really concentrate though on this area first of all. Once this feels more relaxed, then you're going to just move further on down, ultimately trying to put your hands on the ground. If you've acute lower back pain, only trying to reach through the ground for a day or two until you've got this nailed, the first top part of your upper back and neck. Also standing, you can do it in a standing stretch is really, really good. Because what we're doing here is we're bending the knees slightly and really loading the legs. And then as we lean right over, we're going to get a lovely stretch right down into the lower back. So this is another really good, great stretch. Of course, doing the breathing again, and then you're moving further down. And this is really, really helpful. And just a funny picture, you don't have to be yoga. You just have to do a little bit of stretching would really, really help. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to very quickly then go through some stuff for you here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is you're sitting at a desk all day long. I would be rolling your shoulders back like this every hour or two, especially if you're at the computer. This is going to really loosen up big trapezius muscles. I'm rolling my shoulders back. That's going to really stretch my pectorals as well. because they're going to pull everything forward. So doing a bit of this. You can also then put your hands back on your chair like this, stretching the front of your shoulders and your pecs as well, which is really, really good. Then what we can do is we can do some arm movements like this. Again, great for getting everything in the arms moving. Okay, this would be a great warm-up to do before you start your day's work as well. Okay, for the arms, hand out, stretching like this. And what we want to do is stretches all these muscles through here. Okay. Change around. Lock the elbow out so you make sure that you've got a good stretch again. And shake that out. So, you know, you probably want to do for about 20, 30 seconds. I'm going through it very, very quickly here for you. But this is what you want to do, okay? And then changing over. And really, really good, shaking out. And then obviously then you can do your stretches for your neck. I would be doing the slumping first of all to really relax stuff. This is going to stretch my traps here. Okay, so I feel a bit tight on this side. I go over the other side. It's actually not as bad. Again, a good 20 to 30 seconds. And then what I can also do is bring my head down this way to get an extra stretch. And then I might just do a bit of this. And then rotations. Side flexion, really good. I'll do these kind of stuff slowly as well. If you're doing fast, sometimes you could really spasm up your neck if it's already tight. Okay, so when I drop my head down, I can feel between my shoulder blades quite tight. So that slumping would be really good for me. And I would do it in this position, then doing the breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then once I feel it starting to dissipate through my upper back, and then I can start to lean forward more. Okay, so I hope that helps you. I'm going to send this on now, and if you have any questions, drop me an email, and I'll do my best to help you. So keep safe and all the best, and take care, and bye-bye.